Hello, all. Welcome back to another reaction to Invincible, Season 3, Episode 2. I don't have the name of this one. A Deal with the Devil. Yeah, given what happened last time, it's not hard to figure out what that's about. This is a reference to everything going on with, CECIL and his decisions and everything. So, yeah, it's pretty blatantly obvious. The story is not disguising what it's talking about. So, yeah, CECIL's an asshole, and CECIL is a devil. It's about whatever deals get made with him. It's not hard to figure out. There might in fact be an actual devil dealing out there, devil dealer out there too, but cause you can do more. But yeah, all right, let's see what this episode has for us. That's right. We're gonna jump off of the last one, or are we doing something? What are we doing with the story here? It could just be a direct continuation of that moment, or obviously we're not with this moment, but they'd like to do one thing when telling a story. That fucking CECIL? That looks like a young CECIL. What the hell? Are we learning more about who the fuck CECIL is as a person? That's interesting. Did he make an actual deal with the devil?
Nothing here. Tip was
You might have been a little premature saying that.
But you found us too late.
That's a pretty outfit swap.
Nah, you gave the all clear.
Okay, wow. Yeah, of course there were two of them. Oh, okay, he was bullshitting. Holy shit, that is incredibly fucked up to watch. Oh, that's how his... I was gonna say that's how his face has that scar, but he's a lot better looking than what you'd think from that. Holy shit. Okay, so wow, he used to be basically the Donald. A younger, more idealistic CECIL. What the fuck? Okay, so that explains it. That was the one part of him that, was still somewhat intact? Holy shit. Okay, so Deal with the Devil, I was not expecting a fucking story about the life of fucking what made Cecil Stedman into Cecil fucking Stedman. Holy shit. What? Okay, so basically exactly as he's saying he's doing now. Man, the Servant Society have been around for fucking ever. Yeah, you did a lot more than fix them. You took those unstable, nut jobs who
that's what you call it?
reveled in their bodies just digesting off them. Holy fuck. Okay, you know what the new gimmick is? It's flashing through. I would have thought that would have been the gimmick for last season with the multiversal shit. So this is what happened when he shot the person. He got locked up in here. Prison system commentary. He runs the place now, huh? Never works with criminals, but until you lock them up in there. I'm pretty sure that's on you lot for being, pieces of shit, so here you are. Sure you can. You have mind control tech, we both know that.
You can be the good guy.
I honestly really love this.
You see things one way.
Who is he hurting?
Any other viewpoint?
Yeah, you kind of escalate by bringing these things in here. He was doing nothing to you. You did kind of train him up for this, bud. He was stood down. You were the one who fucking escalated, bud. Oh, it's a multi-level color field.
We are so far past reasonable.
Yeah. Woo.
So stop being.
You're really bad at acting like. Oh yeah, you can't have the Guardians turn on you, huh? You keep taking shit on him and to kill Viltrumites.
I wasn't asking.
Yeah, great job. You made yourself the enemy of the Guardians globe. Good job. Good job. Fucking. It's so interesting. He's an asshole. He's a complete and utter piece of shit. He knows it, and he doesn't like saying this. But it's so easy how you could easily see that you could lose yourself amongst it. You're very bad at this now. I mean, I appreciate trying. A lot of what CECIL has done over time. Whoa, you fucked up and miscalculated. I go over it. I like CECIL as a character, but he's not a good person. He's, like I said, the character's like Mandalorian. He's gone too far. He's lost the plot, but you could see how. You can see how there's at least still a degree of him being reasonable and pragmatic here. It's just, or at least you could see how that started out and how he lost it. You guys not listening to orders very well. It's pretty fucking intimidating, but you did just torture him for quite a while. And yeah, he's already established he's willing to do that to protect his family. Like, completely earned. He fucked up. It was might have been a reasonable precaution, but the guy took Invincible being understandably pissed at him and escalated it over and over and over again because ultimately he was scared.
Too.
Of course he was. That very awkward moment. Yeah, that's a hard lesson to go. Like, we don't kill people, but sometimes, because, you know, he's a kid and they definitely do not have the ability to understand nuance, but also we don't kill anybody ever when he has already killed somebody, and he was being very serious. It wasn't about making him take him seriously. It was very much, the truth there. Well, Engstrom was extreme circumstance. The guy pushed you beyond belief with so much. And the key is, at least part of it, you didn't know how tough he was. You definitely tried to kill him at some point, but like, if he had been squishier from the get-go and less able to take your blows, then he would have stopped a lot sooner. He was right to the point of tough enough to stand some, but not enough everything. You know, I honestly think if Rex hadn't shown up, he probably wouldn't have ever gone with Ember. I mean, part of me you don't know is because he's never said anything about it before now, and, you know, he didn't want to be involved anymore. Oh god, yeah, well, now the team's gonna break. Yeah, you are actually pretty bad at that. Don't lecture other people. Yeah, no, fuck Immortal on this one. Yeah, of course you are. He feels really bad about that. You can't fix that on the inside with people. Someone tried that, and then he became CECIL. Oh, you are a prick. Yeah, and the worst part is, you know, it's almost certain Sinclair helped make that body of his, you know, blend in as much. He seems like he could totally do it. He just didn't want to because he was a artistic prick. Look, sometimes you do need to kill a villain and all that, but it's not something you do easily. It's not something you do trivially. It's not. Angstrom Levy was very much showing that there was definitely a degree of intentionality to it, but it was also a degree of circumstance.
Upstate you, right?
It's good to see her, you know. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I don't know how to talk about it. Okay, well, sure, clearly she's important. You don't just have a character show up like that. Well, maybe if you weren't such an asshole. Oh, I'm happy with your failure. It really was your failure. You could have just had a talk with Mark. As angry as he was, you might have been able to reason with him. Then you brought him to the room because you were scared. I mean, it's hilarious. You spent some time making him as powerful as you could, but of course it would fit.
He did murder people in Midnight City.
Yeah, you're part of
My name is John. I'll be your number one.
How many? Jesus fucking Christ! Seriously, Cecil aged a lot. I'm willing to bet he went through a lot of shit. We already know he went through a lot of shit, but Donald looks the same. I think I should make it very clear. Nolan, he started at the same time Nolan did. Wow. That yeah, I can see how that shapes things, but yeah, no. They are, so straight from the beginning he worked on trying to deal with them. It was a smart move to do. Doing some architecturals. Oh, okay. Look at that with Mark. I don't know what she's gonna answer.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay.
I mean, I have been shipping it from day one, so you know, I like Mark and Amber more, but
So are we dating?
holy fuck, damn. Okay, so fucking much. So, whoever Cecil's feeling about possibly blaming himself for not, you know, catching on one sooner, he handled that masterfully. What the fucking? Gotta move a little. He handled that masterfully. What the fuck was he supposed to do? He was perfectly right to just not, you know... If he sent in the Immortal, he'd have been mulched. That Nolan at that point was not being winded enough that Immortal would have won that fight. Especially without knowing with any idea not. Even if they sent the Guardians, if the Guardians were already a thing by that point, I don't think they could have beaten him without knowing more about what he was capable of. So, shit. The smart thing to do was, you know, let him play superhero while you study the shit out of him. The problem is, of course, that isn't that he was, you know, fooled. It's the fact that he didn't quite realize how dangerous it was and couldn't deduce enough to hurt him and kill him when he did hurt. Also, we now know for a fact that fucking Donald has died so many times that he's basically unchanged from the day he started working for CECIL. Because he has not aged at fucking all. And we know he's, like, mostly machine now, but they wasn't before, and that means Donald has just died and died and died and died. And they put him back together, and whatever they were doing just basically slowed his aging to a fucking crawl. While CECIL very much didn't. Wow. Damn. I mean, also, it's probably a stressful job. And, like, there's even, you know, there is wisdom now. You guys say, sometimes you gotta do bad shit. It's even like with what happened with things, like how I went over with the thing. Sometimes you do need to just kill a fucker. The key is proportionate. Proportionate. Hell, Immortal, who, dickbag or not, threw a guy into space and his corpse is still floating up there, what last we saw. Sometimes that's just what you do. But it's not the quick answer, it's not the easy answer. If you don't need to kill a person, you don't kill them. And sometimes you gotta make a judgment call. I think Mark was correct. I think, given the way CECIL is, the correct thing to do was make that threat. But also, not to go through with it, because that not only would have turned the other heroes against him, as even if any of them was scared shitless of the way he was acting in the moment, it was understandable. Jesus fuck. That was amazing. I fucking love that episode. That was brilliant. I constantly go about how much I love CECIL. I still do. He's a very different asshole than Rex. Rex is an asshole because he's a small, petty little shithead. But somehow became endearing. I love CECIL because he's a monster and knows it and hates it. But he still does it. There's a phrase amongst people I know for, you know, a particular type of things. You know, hard man making hard decisions. The particular variant I know is hard man making hard decisions while hard. I legit don't think that 9 times out of 10 these decisions are things that are actually easy for him. Or at least they weren't originally. He went through years and years of slowly but surely being ground down until the point where the decisions became easier and easier. They got traumatized and started taking it out on Mark. I think CECIL being scared to a degree is correct. I think he took it too far and fucked up in his handling, but everything he had done before was, it's fucked up as I'm gonna say it. I think putting that inside the Invincible was the smart thing to do. Similarly, I think I think the right to reward at Oliver. I don't know where this is going. I was not spoiled by anything, but this is a dark source material, and I don't know if Oliver just is going to make it to the end of the season. I don't know if it's going to come down to Oliver just killing a bunch of fucking people and becoming just like Dad, and Mark having to decide, make the same decision to fight his little brother that he had with his father. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid that's going to happen when that kid started talking so casually about murdering people. Because he's young, he doesn't understand the nuance. We don't kill people. Mark already did. And Mark wasn't joking, wasn't saying that just to be taken seriously. He was very serious. He's going to kill CECIL if he focuses his family. But at the same time, I also think, legitimately, I think CECIL was probably the best thing. Involving CECIL and his people in the training of Oliver was the best call. I do. At least I did. I think this shows that he's biased now. And that's the worst thing. Before, it was impartial fuckery. As awful as what he was doing was, it made sense. The Reaniman? That makes sense. Turning, in my opinion, if you can rehabilitate someone without, and that's assuming that no mind control was involved. Because, like, much like how the Fists of Freedom, or whatever they were called, and how those fuckers were reveling, who were reveling in their flesh, digesting off them with that bomb they made. They embraced and reveled in it. This was a good man once. But yeah, there's no world in which I could see those characters rehabilitated after how they reacting with the dead without some form of mind control. Conditioning. That's not rehabilitation. That's a horrifying violation of everything they are, and you'd honestly, at that point, it's monstrous not to just put them out of their misery. He did the right thing there, I think. There are circumstances, of course. Temporary, short-lived mind control isn't as bad as long-lived. You just, get someone to stand down for a moment to move on. So on. Actual, but it's not real rehabilitation if there's not something they choose. And I do think rehabilitation is important. It's great. It's vital. But that's not what he's doing, really. We've known about Sinclair forever. And that's, honestly, it was a smart move to make. Brilliant decision. Very good. I think the moment he ran away into that room from Invincible is the moment that CECIL fucked up. Clear day. Mark wasn't gonna do anything to him. As pissed as he was, the idea hadn't even crossed his mind. He was just gonna yell at him, get upset, maybe leave for a while, and eventually he begrudgingly return and work for him because he would probably acknowledge CECIL has a point. But then CECIL ruined it. He got up, ran away into that room, and he pushed Mark. He frightened him with a bunch of shit that, frankly, is absolutely related to his own trauma bonds. Got him to the point where, yeah, getting pissed and friending the guy. No, with, was not understandable, but at least a point that you get. And then, again, it wouldn't have even gotten that point if he had just fucking sat there and talked things out like a fucking adult. But he didn't. He was too fucking scared. I do think, Mark friending him was not a great call on his part. He wasn't originally doing that. That escalated because he escalated it. It's like what happened when he got to the Guardians. He was trying to do everything he could to Invincible, because he was terrified of him, that he didn't even think the room full of superheroes would stop to help the clear victim in this scenario. It's amazing writing. I loved it. God, Invincible is so fucking well written. This show, holy shit. Okay, so I don't know what we're coming up next. I will. Yeah, I can see what the next up thing is showing me, and it's a picture of Oliver in his super suit. So obviously we're getting to what we were setting up for. Oliver beginning his training. I'm so terrified it's gonna end in disaster. Hey, I don't think it's gonna happen just yet, but ugh. Right. Well, this HighPriest is signing out, and I will see you all next time.